All right, yeah, I know this is a black screen video. I know that. I know it's a dark screen video. Okay. So there. I'm getting that out of the way already. Yes, it's obvious. Stating the obvious. Some people complained about that. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't feel like showing my face and all that mess. But, I'm getting completely sick and tired of hearing about this. I'm getting sick of their control. I'm getting sick of their divide, and I'm sure you are too. I know the Lord said these times would come. I don't think it's time yet. I don't think it's exactly time. I felt 10 or so, I felt about 9 or so years before the full shebang really just takes off, but maybe I'm wrong. Could be tomorrow. Maybe it's like Mama said, Mama was saying, you don't know, it could be tomorrow when the Lord shows up for us. I don't know. You don't know. You don't know. I don't know. None of us know. But I mean, I'm getting completely sick and tired of their mess. I'm getting completely flipping fed up with their bull crap. They'll come on TV and say it's a pandemic of the unvaxxed. It's a pandemic. It's a pandemic of those that didn't take the shot. I promise you all that if you get the shot, you're safe. Well, guess what? Guess what, people? Someone was on the radio talking about her daughter. They forced her to get the shot. She's in the medical department, and they forced her to get it. She got it. She's sick as a dog. Those people around her that got the shot in the medical department are sick as dogs right now. They are sick as crap. They can't sit up. They can't even do their job because the staff that got the shot are sick as I don't know what. And she said they can't hardly sit up. They can't stand it, and they wish they'd never done it. But their bosses and their administration, because they have 100 or more employees, forced them to do it. This is setting so close to the stinking situation where you see totalitarian. What else is that but a dictatorship when you can take the constitutional laws and say forget them. Just forget them. Let's just erase them. Just scratch right across the constitutional laws and let's just override them and do. They're doing exactly what they accused the previous administration of doing. Mr. T, they are doing the exact same thing they accused him of doing. I, for one, am getting sick of it. They're doing the exact. I don't even like getting into politics on my channel, but it's some people say, well, I don't get political. I don't get into politics. Well, politics affects us all. The problem is those A clowns up there, those turd balls in charge up there are the ones that affect us. They affect us. Those people affect us. Those lawmakers affect you and I more than you ever know. You and I go about our business and we're affected by them. So if we're affected by them, it is our business. It's important to us because it affects us. So, my point being is people were calling in saying they were sick as I don't know what, and they got the shot. Then the so-called mouthpiece for the rest of those who were really running the show got up and said yesterday that we need those that we will do everything in our power to protect those who got the shot. Those who got the shot, I'll protect you from getting the virus from those who got the shot, from didn't get the shot. If the shot worked, why would you be getting it to begin with? And now people are calling into the radio saying friends and family are sick as can be with the Delta variant, and they got the shot. They got one of the shots. They got one of the available shots, and they're sick as can be with the Delta variant. And they're in the medical department, for crying out loud. It's getting on my nerves. It's getting old. It's time we, as a people, make our opinions heard. And stand up for the light, stand up for the truth, the way, the truth, and the light. Stand up for it. They blame the Christ believers. They're blaming evangelicals. They're blaming those that don't want to take this jab. No jab, no job. And she said now her loved ones, her family members. There was a military man who's in her family who she was so livid. She was yelling on the radio. She was crying. She was upset. And she said that those of her family members, there are family members of hers who were in the military. And they're telling them they have to get the shot or lose their job. He fought in the military for the United States of America, protecting us, killed terrorists in the army. And guess what? Now they're telling him no jab, no job. And she said, I guess he just won't eat or drink. He just won't have a job. Because he said certain shots that he's taken in the past negatively affected him because of his medical condition. But they're not giving him a pass. He fought in the army for this country. And they're telling him that he doesn't have a pass. He said, no, you don't. Anything they can do to keep us distracted and keep us arguing with each other. The blacks versus whites thing didn't work because people started saying, we realize this is a sham. That's a sham. No one's in chains right now. No one's being separated in chains. No one's being segregated here and there. You can't go here. You can't go there. You can't shop here. You can't shop there. You can't go in here. You can't do that. No one's doing that. I mean, I, for one, wouldn't do that to anyone. I walk up to people, I treat them equally, and they appreciate it. I mean, they appreciate it greatly when I treat them with kindness. They love that, and they respect me in return. But they started talking about the privilege, and they tried to bring divide up by saying that certain people were privileged. I see certain privileged people out there, and it's certainly not us, working to make ends meet, barely making ends meet from moment to moment, now being told we have to do something or lose our way of life. Yeah, we're really privileged. We're really privileged. There are certain constitutional laws in place that are supposed to be in place. They're supposed to be set in place to give us rights, inalienable rights. Now there's 15 or 16 sections to this new bill they're signing that have to do with land. What the crap does that have to do with this virus? If you don't comply, they'll take your land because you're out of a job. You have no financial income. You can't afford to pay for your taxes. You can't afford to pay for your land, which, by the way, property taxes are ridiculous anyway because your entire life, you buy the house, you pay for the property, keep the house, you do what you can to make ends meet and keep it up and do what you can to live. And then they tell you, here, we're going to take your house because you can't pay your land taxes at the end of the year, property taxes. Boo-hoo, forget you. It's already that way anyway, but then they have 16 sections of that new bill, 15 or 16, regarding land. What are they going to do? Give it to the immigrants that come over that, they don't seem to be forcing them to take anything? It's sad and it's ridiculous that we're living in a time where Christ believers are shunned. I don't know they want to eradicate. First of all, they want to eradicate anyone that feels differently. But I don't know who in their right mind would support any of this. Anyone in their right mind, no one in their right mind would support this. What's going on? Even after what happened in Afghanistan and he has more sympathy for the Taliban than he does for the citizens of the United States of America, as stated by Fox News. It's ridiculous, and it's got to stop. But, when the Lord sees these things happening, maybe he's going to take his hand upon it all and fix the situation. Justice where justice is due. Because I don't think it's time yet. I don't think the time is here yet. And I think that fear they're trying to instill upon us I've almost, every once in a while, I've almost let it happen. And I'm thinking, no, I don't need to let that fear take over. Maybe we have a few more years where before the craziness happens. And justice will be given. All right, peace, everyone. I love you all. Had to rant. I'm sorry. I don't like what I see happening. It's just the most frustrating and angering thing. And I never thought the United States of America would be stupid enough to go along with this. They keep saying we need a new financial system. They're going to utilize this to bring in a safer financial system. We need to move toward a cryptocurrency. Switzerland has just gone cashless for the first time. They moved toward cashless society. And more people think like this. More people think like I do and you do than what you think. More people think like this than you think. Because if you look in the comments of certain videos of how places are going cashless, microchipping their citizens, things like that, they are. It is. It's more than you think. Anyway, now no, I'm not feeding into the whole conspiracy theory agenda for the shot or anything like that. But I do believe that it's unconstitutional to force something on people. It is unconstitutional to force it upon people. Anyway, I've got more to say later. Peace. Signing out.